Let me tell you something about Claude that most people who played GTA 3 for hundreds of hours do not know. Rockstar does not know his last name, or they know it and decided not to tell us. And I am not joking. In 2011, 10 years after GTA 3 came out, a fan asked Rockstar directly about Claude's full name and biography, and their official answer was this: definitely a drifter, probably from the West Coast, new to Liberty City, surname may or may not be Speed. That is the complete official answer about their own main character who they created in a game that changed the entire video game industry. They are not sure what his last name is, or they are sure and chose that answer deliberately. And that is just the first thing, because here's the second thing most people do not know. Claude never appears in GTA 4, which is set in the same Liberty City, years after GTA 3. Same streets, same buildings, same world. And Claude is just gone. No mention, no sighting, no explanation, like he was never there. But here's the thing. In GTA 4, there is a graffiti wall somewhere in Liberty City, and on that wall, someone wrote Claude's name alongside other GTA protagonists. The city remembers him. The people who live there know who he is, that the man himself is nowhere. And when fans asked Rockstar what happened to him after GTA 3, their complete official response was 7 words. He certainly isn't dead. What else became of him? We don't know. And then there's the third thing, and this one genuinely surprised me when I found it. Claude appears in GTA Online. In the character creator, you can select him as a parent for your character, which means somewhere between 2001 and the GTA 5 era, Claude survived everything that happened in Liberty City, left the city, and ended up alive somewhere in the world. And Rockstar still said nothing about how or why. And that's before we even get into what Claude actually does in GTA 3. Because when you look at his actions, his psychology, and the things the community figured out about him over 20 years, you realize something. Claude is not just a silent protagonist. He is the most disturbing character Rockstar ever created, and they made him the main character. And most people who played his game never once thought about why. Let's go back to before GTA 3 even starts, because Rockstar gave us almost nothing, but what they did give us is interesting. From GTA San Andreas, we know that in 1992, Claude was living in San Fierro doing illegal street races. He was not a boss, not important, just a man racing cars and doing jobs for Catalina. She gave the orders, he followed them without hesitation, and she owned an abandoned garage in Doherty. That's his whole life before GTA 3, an abandoned garage and illegal races. And here's a detail I think is genuinely interesting. Catalina in San Andreas is wild, unpredictable, violent, and genuinely terrifying. She shoots people for no reason. She screams and threatens everyone around her, and Claude just follows her around calmly, doing whatever she says without reacting to any of it, which means Claude was always like this, even before the betrayal, even before GTA 3. He was already a man who did not react, who did not question, who just nodded and went. And then Catalina shot him. They planned a bank robbery together in Liberty City, and in the middle of it, she shot him in the back, left him for dead, and walked away with another man and the money. And here's the part nobody talks about. Catalina said she betrayed Claude because of his lack of ambition. That was her exact reason, not enough ambition. And then Claude spent the entire game working his way through the Italian mafia, the Yakuza, corrupt police, drug dealers, arms dealers, destroying every criminal organization in Liberty City one by one, just to get to her, all the way from a prison bus escape with nothing to the complete destruction of the Colombian cartel. Catalina said he had no ambition, and he proved her wrong without saying a single word about it. But what actually makes Claude different from every other GTA character? Every other protagonist has something that makes them human. Tommy has rage, CJ has loyalty to his family, Nico carries guilt from the war, Trevor has mental illness that makes him unpredictable, but at least understandable. Even the villains want things you can understand. Claude has none of that, not one thing. Rockstar officially described him as calm and serious, and appearing almost emotionless regardless of the situation, and the only facial expressions he ever makes in the entire game is a slight smirk, and usually a glare. That's it, in a whole game. And because he genuinely has nobody he cares about, nobody can threaten him. Every GTA villain uses the protagonist's relationships against them. Dimitri uses Roman, Devin Weston uses Michael's family, Big Smoke uses CJ's trust. But Claude has genuinely nobody, nothing to use. And this is not presented as sad in GTA 3. It's just how he is. And people online compare him to Michael Myers. And honestly, when you think about it, that comparison is more accurate than most people realize. Because Michael Myers is terrifying, not because of what he does, but because of what he doesn't show. No reaction. He just keeps moving forward. Claude is exactly that. He nods, and then he goes and does the thing. And the nod is actually the most disturbing detail about Claude when you think about it. Because a nod means he understood what you asked, and he simply did not feel strongly enough to bother to say a single word. There's the Kenji mission, and I think this one moment shows you everything about Claude better than anything else in the game. Kenji Kasen was Claude's employer. Claude worked for him, did missions for him. Kenji trusted him completely. And then Donald Love told Claude to go kill Kenji, disguised in a Colombian car so it would look like the Colombians did it, to start a gang war that would benefit Love's property business. And Claude did it, without hesitation. He drove to Newport, killed the man who had been paying him and trusting him for weeks, dumped the car, and walked away. No other GTA protagonist does this without at least showing some reaction. CJ questions his bosses. Nico refuses certain jobs. Even Trevor has moments where he pushes back. Claude killed his own employer on another man's orders, and the game doesn't even treat it as a significant moment. It's just another mission, another nod, another job done. I don't know about you guys, I just genuinely found this thing very funny. Also, there's a mission in the game which is called Cluster Blaster, which is one of the most disturbing missions in any GTA game, and barely anyone talks about it in the context of what it says about Claude. A man named McGaffrey survived Claude burning down his apartment. He's completely helpless in a full body cast, being taken to hospital in an ambulance, and the mission tells Claude to make sure he doesn't make it. So Claude rams the ambulance repeatedly until McGaffrey falls out onto the road. And then the mission tells you to either ram his body with a vehicle or bomb him until the cast breaks open. And Claude does this. Same nod, same glare, same way he does everything else. I mean, dude, it's just funny that he just nods and started doing psychotic things. Same with Asuka. She helped Claude, gave him missions and protection and access to the Yakuza, trusted him completely, and she was eventually killed by Catalina while Claude was doing something else, and Claude found out. And the game just continued. No acknowledgement that someone who helped him was gone. He just kept going, on to the next mission, like she was never there. And this is the thing about Claude. The other characters feel things, even the villains feel things, but Claude feels nothing for anyone who isn't Catalina. And even with Catalina, it's not love anymore at that point. It's just a goal, just a direction to point himself in. Now here's the most important part comes, because this is the one everyone talks about and nobody has a real answer for. Claude saves Maria from Catalina. He kills Catalina. And Maria starts talking, going on about being a power couple and how their lives are going to be, and the screen starts to fade to black. And then a gunshot, and then silence. Rockstar's official answer when fans asked what happened to him was this: "We are not sure about this. Some think he did, and some think he didn't." And that's it. Rockstar is not sure if their own main character killed someone at the end of their own game. And here's what I think. This is my personal theory, not confirmed. A man who killed Kenji without hesitation, who felt nothing when Asuka died, who rammed a helpless man in a body cast until he broke open. That man, when someone he has no real attachment to starts annoying him and he cannot speak to make it stop, shooting them is completely consistent with everything we know about him. The question is not whether Claude is capable of it. We know he is. The question is what Rockstar intended, and they deliberately chose not to answer it. And now the Claude speed theory, because this one has been going on for over 20 years, and Rockstar keeps making it worse. GTA 2 has a protagonist called Claude Speed. Same first name, similar look, similar drifter energy, and similar criminal lifestyle. And when fans asked Rockstar if GTA 3's Claude and GTA 2's Claude Speed are the same person, their official answer was this: probably. It seems very likely, but it's also possible that there are a lot of angry silent car thieves called Claude out there. And then they added the part about angry silent car thieves, like they were enjoying the question. 20 years of this question, and that's still the only answer they gave. And then the last thing, which I think is the most interesting detail about Claude that almost nobody talks about. In GTA 4, someone wrote Claude's name on a graffiti wall in Liberty City. The city remembers him years after he disappeared. His name is still on the walls. And in GTA GTA Online, he exists as a selectable parent for your character, alive in the GTA 5 era, in a different city, and Rockstar's official response to what happened to him after GTA 3 is still 7 words. He certainly isn't dead. What else became of him, we don't know.
So why is Claude more terrifying than any GTA villain? Did you always feel something was wrong about him when you played GTA 3? Did you ever think about what happened to him after the ending? Drop it in the comments, I genuinely want to know. And if you have not seen my video on why GTA 3 feels so scary and disturbing, go watch that. Everything I talked about today lives in that game. I'll meet you there.